Coming up today, we're joined by Bloody Hell.
The band and the studio kind of came to be, almost in the same wave.
We'll tell you about the biggest playground in Newey. And Dan will grab some pics from the Newcastle Live Gig Guide. Produced on Awabakal and Warramai Land, this is The Good Stuff, powered by BYD on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good.
good stuff.
The Good Stuff! The largest playground in Newcastle has kicked off construction at Foreshore Park this week. Part of the master plan includes a unique water play area, accessible amenities, a kiosk, and extensive tree planting for shade. This is just the first stage of this huge upgrade. To find out more, head on over to newcastlelive.com.au. The Good Stuff. Over the weekend, we attended the slightly heavier festival at Thrashville called Thrashville. While we were there, we did a ton of interviews and got to see some awesome bands. And the first one we're going to start off with is Bloody Hell. But before we get into it, I'd love to say a big thank you to Jess and Magpie and the entire crew behind the scenes at Thrashville for being so damn accommodating. Let's get into this interview. First off, I want to ask, how did you guys find each other and how did Bloody Hell come about?
Good question. Well, from our experience, so Gabe and I have been friends for a long time and always played in bands together. And from what I believe, Sean kind of scouted us two out when Maids broke up. And we just connected one New Year's Eve at the Lass.
Yeah.
And Sean was in a state just being like...
A state enough to approach you, be like...
Please join my
project,
band.
Yeah.
You can drum for it.
And I don't think Sean knew, but we were like two of the biggest Maids fanboys ever. So we were like...
I knew you before that though as well.
We did know.
We knew it one and each
before that.
Yeah.
And you knew a deal too.
A few shady deals here and there.
Yeah, and then Sean flicked us some of the demos he was working on, and it was just went from there. Is that about right?
It's fucking spot on. Yeah.
And then somehow I ended up running Novatone now, the band. So
was the band first or Novatone first?
No, the band was first. Then we literally rocked up to a band practice once, and I remember Sean was just like, "Hey, like the owners just hit me up, like they want to sell us the studio," and I was just like, "What?"
I was already in. I was at Novatone before the other dudes with Ben Leese, who does the merch here and stuff like that, and he's obviously Ben. And we were jamming there and
we
stuff
had a fair bit to do with the place, just rehearsing and recording there before we owned it.
Yeah,
and then I think just through talking to Sean, we could kind of see that there was an opportunity maybe for us to carry it on from Ben and Ryan.
Yeah.
And
it's like a legacy.
I think you and I maybe approached Ben first. And then took it to the band of like, it makes sense. The four of us just take over. We just kind of started the band as well.
Yeah. And we
four of us taking over the studio and
we worked so well in a band together as well. And then we took on the studio and it's like, we've had like 2 arguments ever. It's like, managing a business and a band that we like take both of them pretty seriously. It's like, it was just a good match. And so like the band and the studio kind of came to be, almost in the same wave kind of thing. Like,
and they help each other.
Yeah, well, we get to record for free. Like,
Make a big difference.
100%. We get to jam there for free. Like, it's like we just got a hub and everything like that. We can do heaps of stuff.
I think the biggest perk is actually connecting us to the scene and network of bands that it does.
100%.
Allowed us to continue to grow what we do there, which is now branching out into running our own festivals.
Yeah. Especially running events, you hear like some cool new band playing in a room, and then they come out of the room, and you're like, "Hey, like, what do you guys call it? Like, you guys got any gigs soon?" And then you just like, really good to keep your finger on the pulse.
And same for recording. I did the recording at Novatone, and like, I don't do that much because it's like a side hustle, but like, you know, there's just a band rehearsing or whatever, and you're like, I like you, kind of thing, and you start flirting with them slowly and
that's it.
Can I record you?
That's
it. I'd like to know, you're probably one of the only bands in Newcastle that doesn't have social media. Why is that?
Yeah, all right. I should answer that because it was my decision. Look, I've thought about that for ages because we've been a band for like 5 years and we never got it. And it's like, I got off it myself because it's like, I just couldn't write music while I was on social media because like, I just feel like I'm caring too much about what other people think of me. It was just that. And it's like, I already deal with that enough. And like, got off it, instantly started writing heaps crazier music that like just is, like if I was like, I don't know, being my own publicist, because when you're on your social media, you have to be your own publicist. And as soon as I'm my own publicist, I start making all the wrong decisions. So piss that off and then just go, boom, I'm gonna vomit out heaps of weird music that I wanna make. And then that was probably the thing, if that makes sense. So it frees me up to really write the music I wanna write, if that makes sense. And I am just a shy person and I don't wanna put my photo up there and
It makes people just come to the shows and just focus on us playing a live show instead of what we post as well.
So, but we have the bloody hell phone.
Yeah, we have a phone though.
We've developed a way.
Yeah, so like,
you've got a cult following though. And how do you get
like a wannabe cult following? Like we wish.
We used to put the posters up with the number, but we've been a bit slack lately. Well, I've been a bit slack lately with putting the posters up, but we just kind of like to text this number and just to join the bloody hell phone. So, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And how's it working for you? Like,
it's good. We got a fair few numbers and like they pop through, you know, just a stream of them, but it's slow. Like, but as in when it first happened, there was a big, like a good one, a good import, that kind of thing.
We literally just send out a huge group text message to all the contacts. That's
Yeah.
it. Hey, we're playing here. And it sends to everyone a post to social media, which hides posts from some people.
Exactly.
The reach is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
It's
That
just-
goes
it's
to everyone's
genius.
phone, and you only sign up to it if you're really interested in
Yeah.
getting a text message from us. Hey, we've released music, playing at this time. Here's the link for the tickets. And it goes to 300 people's phones.
And it's kind of cool because
Everyone checks their messages.
and
no one misses it.
we only use it when there's actually something worth saying, if that makes
show
sense.
if we've
Yeah,
released the
hey,
song.
all right. So what's in the foreseeable future for Bloody Hell?
New album
yeah,
coming soon. Yeah, I think we're just gonna buckle down, get to recording. We're playing the block first.
yeah.
Pretty keen to play the new room at the at King Street. Like, so that'll be fun. I think that's all the shows we have booked for now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we're probably gonna brew up. I think we're doing an event on the 17th of December. Still figuring it
Kind of
out.
like a Novatone Christmas
Novatone
party.
event.
Yeah. But
Somewhere in Carrington.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with Bloody Hell, it's like just, it was a big slog to get the first album off the ground, and we got another one. Like, I've got 20 songs in the bank, so like we're kind of set for a bit. And I feel like we're just gonna put our heads down for a little bit. Not like a hiatus with gigs, but just like it's studio time, if that makes sense. And we're gonna get in there and like, and like take this one real seriously as well, just in the way that like, I don't know, just do a heaps good job. That's pretty much it. Just fuck yeah.
Yeah, awesome guys. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Easy,
It's
thank
been
you.
sick.
Yeah,
thanks
thanks
so
heaps.
much
Thanks
for
for
having
the
us.
questions.
This is where it
Sounds good.
good stuff.
Here's 5 gigs you don't want to miss coming up in Newcastle this week. Tonight, Temple of the Stag, led up by Emily Smith. Don't miss it, kicks off at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night, you can catch the Card of Spares live at Nima at the Grand in Newcastle. On Wednesday night, it's the Mighty Polaris. They take over the Bar on the Hill out at the Uni. Couple of tickets still left for this one. Get Grandma and take her on the night of her life. Marina Pryor and David Hobson at MyPack. And on Friday night, don't miss Adelita out the front of Magic Dirt at King Street. This is my favourite gig of the week. Whatever you're doing, head to newcastlelive.com.au to check out the full gig guide.
This is
Good stuff. That's it for the good stuff today. I'd love to say a big thank you to Bloody Hell for joining us for a chat. Thanks heaps for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow from 4 p.m. for more of the good stuff.